Hello, and welcome to Global Wellness for All podcasts. My name is Laleh Hancock, and I'm going to be your host every week, every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Lisbon time, as we do this journey and adventure of wellness in all parts of our lives. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Global Wellness for All podcast. I'm so grateful you guys are here. And of course, another day with another special guest. My friend here, Rosalia Arteaga, is a magician who has been creating wellness all around the world. In her home country of Ecuador, where she's been a journalist, a teacher, and even served in politics as the first female in many roles, including being the vice president and the president. And I wanted to share her with you guys because each of us brings wellness into our lives, into business, and into that contribution of the world in such different ways. So welcome, Rosalia.
Thank you, Laleh. I'm so happy to share with you and your audience some ideas. Thank you very much. And hi from Ecuador in Latin America.
Well, Global Wellness for All is all around the world, and we get the great pleasure of speaking with all kinds of different people. And I was wondering, can you share a little bit about your inspiration? I mean, you have been empowering people of all ages for so long. What inspired you and what got you started?
Well, I strongly believe that all starts at home. I had the good fortune to be born in a very wonderful home with my mom. That when I was born, she was only 16 years. She got married when she was 15, and my father was a student of medicine. They made their life, and they are still alive with me. My father almost 90, my mom 80. And I feel that they give me strongest values in my life. After I had the opportunity to study in a school with lots of values where I learned not only things like read or write or mathematics or everything, but also values. And it's so important. I grew up in a small city in the south part of Ecuador. The name of the city is Cuenca, and it is a beautiful city with four rivers across, wonderful, and with some mountains, and we have all the time, because we are in Ecuadorian line, it seems that everywhere it would be a tropical weather, but it's not, because we had the influence of the Andean chain of mountains. Then I grew up in a mountain city with springtime all the time. We don't change seasons. It's springtime all the time, and it is a city that was surrounded by mountains. Then it gives the possibility to grow up like protected. And in my city, there are lots of universities. It's like a university city. It's also a city of poets, a lot of writers, and it's a city of painters. Then cultural and culture is for me like on my veins. I feel since I was a kid that I want to be an author. I published several books. One of them is very well known in Ecuador and abroad because it was translated into several languages. And it's a book that touched my life because I get touched by circumstances in my life that I never thought. My second kid was a Down syndrome kid. He lived only for 10 months. He unfortunately passed away when he was very, very small. And I thought at that time, long time ago, that I could not survive it because losing a kid is something not natural, not natural. And I was thinking that if I didn't wrote the story of Geronimo was the name of my kid, I could not survive. Then the possibility to write a book liberate me. and give me like a kind of catharsis. I need put a mark, a seal on my life. Then comparing with the situation that me, my husband, my family lived, I feel that I can go through everything. And it was a big lesson in my life. After that, I was into politics. I continued to teach because I used to be a teacher since I was very young. I continued writing for newspapers, and after having a radio and TV show also, but also being part of the society and being part of lots of initiatives in my country until I developed to be the first Minister of Education, Vice President, and President of my country. Well, this is a synthesis, a very tight synthesis of part of my life.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And, people watching, we all have different things that we've experienced as kids or as adults. And there's some moments that put these pause in our lives. But this particular wonderful just addition to your life ended up also sharing a memory, sharing a way of actually getting stronger. So, a lot of people right now around the world need encouragement. Like, how can they empower themselves through some of the difficulty of what's going on around the world, but some of the new difficulties that have hit them, whether it's their work, their finances, their relationships. I'm curious, what words of advice do you have? Because you found so many paths that could assist you in getting more wellness in your life, but also adding that into the lives of others. So I'm curious what you might want to share with the listeners.
Well, I already say that all starts at home, but also I think life gives you the opportunity and you take the opportunities. And because you many times can refuse to be part of. You can say, no, I'm more comfortable living a kind of normal life but you decide, no, okay, I accept challenges. I accept the possibility to be part of different initiatives, and I can do things more. I'm a very active person. I can never stop and to say, okay, I will not. Sometimes in my family, they complain, even my kids. I have three kids and seven grandkids now. And they sometimes ask me and say, stop, you work all your life because I start very young. Being a teacher when I was 17. And I say, okay, why I have to stop? I enjoy every minute of my life. And I think it could be a secret to enjoy the work that you do. If you don't enjoy it, it's like a burden for you. You cannot realize what you want. And the advice for young people, because I have a lot of talks with them, is do what you really enjoy. Because if you have a work that is boring you, that you feel that it's not apporting anything, and I say no, you have to find a way that your work, even your routinary work, can be done in a better way, in a way that satisfies you first, and after that means something for other people. Because you can be a routinary teacher and go and give your lesson and out. No, but you get involved. You must be involved. If you're a writer and you have a column in a newspaper, but you do it because you must do, because you are going to get a salary for that. That's not. Of course, you are going to get a salary for that, or being a teacher, or doing that, or working in an office. You are going to get a salary, but also you are putting your soul on it. Then you can do it better for the other people and for you, because finally you are going to say, okay, I'm making the difference in any routinary. If you go to a kitchen, if you do, you cook, if you do things in your garden, you are putting your soul. And I think it's the most important, probably for you and for the people that is surrounding you.
You have pretty much said everything that I've ever believed in. It starts with you. And it really is that it doesn't matter what it is, find those things that bring you joy. Because when you do, you and your body are healthier, happier, you exude, you become an inspiration, you have others that you invite into a different possibility. So thank you so much for that message. And, I know you used to travel all the time too, before the magic of COVID that kind of altered the way that people were doing business. And you are a journalist, you have your own TV and the podcast. Like, what are some tools that you would share for people who are like, what can I choose now? My world has changed and now I'm inspired to look at my own life differently. Like, do you have any, maybe one or two or three tools that they can immediately institute into their lives to create something different?
You must recreate yourself. This COVID-19, yeah, it was a big issue, and it continues being. I remember when I arrived, because my last trip at the beginning of this year, I was in Switzerland, in Davos, and after I was in India, and then I go to Mexico. And when I arrived, 8th of March, I remember exactly, here in Ecuador, my last plane arrived. I feel, my God, I have to be in my house, because they told me that one of the people that were in the event, it was an environmental meeting, get the corona and pass it away. And I say, my God, I have to be at home, isolated, not family, not my parents, not my son, not my grandkids, because I have to take care of them. And I maintain myself 1 month. After having this life of going around, 1 month at the beginning, totally isolated, not seeing anybody. I have a small garden like this size. And I decided, okay, I'm going to do some gardening. I have to create some compost. Well, I started to collect all the things from the meals, and I start to look some tutorials to do some compost to benefit the garden. And I started to record myself reading stories for kids and putting it on YouTube. And I say, okay, maybe some kids are going to listen it with the parents. And I started to get familiar with some platforms, because I'm a technology migrant, because I'm not a native like most of the people. We didn't have the opportunity to born with this all these devices and all these platforms. Well, I start to learn how to use Zoom, how to use Teams, how to use other platforms. And I decided to get involved in another university adventure. I inscribed myself in how to be a teacher online. Okay, I say, I have to learn something. And I obtained a degree during these months. And my team also had the opportunity to do that. Then I get back to the university. I got back to the university, and I go back to the idea to do compost and to create something of recycling. And I made some videos recycling things, and taking papers or taking other things. And finally, I found all my time busy. I think it's very important to be busy. Some people say, oh no, I want to be lazy. Be lazy you can be for a while, but not all the time. It's not healthy for anybody to do some exercise. When I went to India I think it was in February, I learned the art of living, and I learned how to meditate. And well, I said, I can do some kind of things, and it was fantastic for me. Then my advice, it would be to recreate yourself, to go back maybe to things that you did in the past and say, why not now? It's independent of the age, it's independent of what you are doing, but we can recreate ourselves.
Beautiful. And wow, like this garden. I can't wait to see your garden. But it is
It's
this
nice.
whole this whole recreation.
A mini garden, but it looks nice, and it gives me a lot of pleasures, and I can take the sun and feel that I'm healthy and say thanks God for all this.
Well, the earth did share a lot of magic with us during the time of quarantine. I mean, I was in Portugal for 9 days and ended up staying 8 months later. I'm still here, you know? So,
Wonderful.
but the earth is such a gift too. So, you know, put your feet in the earth and see what else is possible. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Rosalia. I'm so grateful that you were here and for the message. And, you know, you have a lot of adventures around the world. Where can people find you if they want to know more about you and be part of whatever it is you're creating in the
Yes,
world?
I will write for you my the website of my NGO. The name is FIDAL, and it's www. Well, I will write it for you. And I am also in Twitter, like Rosalia Arteaga in Twitter. I'm in Instagram. I'm in Facebook. I'm in LinkedIn. Then it's easy to find me.
Yes, we have to be everywhere because people find us in
Yes.
different places. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful for you, for your time, and truly the gift and that magic, that energy you just shared with the audience. So thank you guys for listening or watching wherever you are. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next episode of Global Wellness for All podcast. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Rosalia. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye and good day.
Thank you for being here with us, whether you were listening or watching. We are so grateful for you, and we need your help. We would love to spread the seeds of wellness all around the world. Will you assist us? You can subscribe below. You can subscribe in Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube. We are everywhere. And we ask, would you be willing to actually spread this to others that you may know who can actually be contributed with the tools and resources to bring more wellness into their life and into their bodies?